backstage and he's like, all right, let's do this. And I run on the stage and Jensen went to the bathroom. On second thought, you handle this.
How are you all? It's so nice to be here. For myself. For our final JIB10. They did. Damn it, Jensen.
Daniela, your mic is on. Watch your words. What were you saying back there in Italian? I hate these fans.
No, we were just saying, do you have some tissue, some, you know,
What happened back there? Did you need this? Okay, never mind.
You know, that's the backstage. We don't say what happens in backstage.
Did he not make it to the bathroom? I think you need to handle this. Clean up in aisle backstage.
This is going well.
Do you need help?
Do you need a pair of dry pants?
I'm not wearing pants.
This is becoming a tradition at our games. Ladies and gentlemen, Jensen Ackles!
Hey, you know what I haven't told you today?
What?
I don't know. I want to know.
That I love you. And there's a reason I haven't told you that today.
Because you don't.
Because I don't. I'm kidding. About what? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Not much.
Wait, are we sitting on the wrong side?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're always on the opposite side. Let's switch it up. Let's try something different.
All right, driver. What are we listening to?
We're listening to the song, Why Are There So Many Songs About Rainbows?
No.
I think your mic cut out, and that was a good time for it. How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you doing well? Or are you doing like really well? Because I feel like these guys are doing really well. No?
You all do look radiant. I don't know how you're so vibrant. So
Because they have lights on them.
It's very different from what it's like in the green room right now. This is the green room. This is everybody. It looks like people are on the verge of death.
They literally looked at the entire green room and they were like, you and you look the most alive.
Go out and try.
And you've done it for 2 days. Mostly everyone here has done it for 4 or 5 days.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. What do you want to do? Like, let's.
Should we?
I always have so much fun with you. Hey, we've got fans.
At least 2 fans here.
Oh, I get it. We have real fans. You have
They
fans.
turned off your fan.
I have fans.
Do you want to ask us a question?
Come on, that was nice, right?
Dad joke.
How dare you?
We love you.
And I love you.
We love you.
Misha,
That's different.
what's your latest dad joke?
I actually had to explain dad jokes to the kids earlier, like last week when I was driving them. We have a carpool. This is a great story.
That's
about
Yeah, I like the carpool story. Here we go.
And
guess what? We're telling stories about carpool now.
I had to explain.
Don't glue that. Thanks, Misha's mom.
We love you, Jensen.
Okay, let's hear it.
I had to explain puns to the kids because I made one, which was
A pun?
a pun,
Okay.
which is, I think, an offense that no one should ever commit.
Correct.
And then the kids were utterly perplexed. They're like, I just don't understand. How is that possible that someone would find that funny? It didn't compute in any way. I noticed that I say
You speak in more puns as a dad.
As a dad.
Yeah.
It's all. I think it's
Yeah.
like something that happens to you as a part of the
Autumn.
dying process. It's like when salmon spawn in a stream and then they die. And an otter eats the carcass. That's what's happening to us. A part of the part of decay is when we start to pun. You agree? None of these people know what I'm talking about.
Nor do I.
Fair enough. What's your question?
No, you don't get to.
No, what?
You don't get to lifeline that quickly. Here's the thing. With the puns. Stop.
Is this an intervention?
Let's call it a extra medium intervention.
You mean like my shirt size?
His shirt size is extra medium.
I'm wearing Jared's shirt right now.
Extra medium.
I sweat
Large.
so much in my
Jared, triple X.
extra medium.
Extra medium. It's cute. Stupid question.
Okay, what's your question?
Can I really ask about that?
Yes.
Do you want to maybe take a sip of the apple juice? No?
No.
What's your question?
So, as we all know, Supernatural is ending soon.
What?
Oh man, come on. All right.
I encourage bad behavior. Yes, you were saying?
So, I was wondering, since it's ending,
That's got like waves. That's like a fermented apple.
Is that a hard sentence? You were saying?
She hasn't said yet. No, she's waiting to say.
By the way, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Supernatural is ending?
What? What?
That's what she just said.
I mean, it doesn't have to, if they don't want to.
Supernatural, the series is ending. It's been announced, but we will be doing a puppet show in Jensen's backyard for another 10 seasons. Sorry, spoiler alert. I'm not supposed to announce that here.
That's brilliant. No, seriously, I think we're gonna do that. No, that's gonna happen. I mean, we'll see what happens.
The question isn't good anymore. but since it's ending, what's one thing you won't miss after it's done? Don't say each other, you know that's not true.
What?
What's one thing you won't miss after Supernatural is done?
So,
We're not allowed to say each other.
No.
okay, this is sort of related to each other. I don't know if that counts. I'm not gonna miss Jared and Jensen hurting me. I'm not gonna miss that. So, sorry, that was a little fondling. So, on the very last scene that we shot together of the season, Jared and I, in blocking rehearsal, Phil Segrisha, our director, was like, it was Jared and me. So he was like, Jared, you sit there, Misha sit here. And I was like, that's not good blocking. That's a bad choice to put us right next to each other when we're shooting a scene. And Jared,
Simply because he is going to mess with Misha the entire scene.
so, and we're sitting at the table in the Men of Letters, and Jared can reach under the table with his hand while we start with my coverage.
Because he has oddly long arms.
And he started doing this. Pinch, pinch, with all of his muscle. Like he was just like crushing the flesh and working his way up my inner thigh. And I was doing my...
By the way, pinch your inner thigh.
Nope.
Everybody try that right now.
Everybody try that.
As an exercise, a group
Like,
exercise.
yeah.
Consider it a trust exercise.
No.
You can trust yourself not to hurt yourself.
No. No.
Now
Imagine somebody trying to hurt you.
if you had a gorilla doing that.
So that day, there's this line
Oh,
on my
I've
leg
been calling the gorilla for years.
of like these enormous hematomas. Like these blood blisters on my leg. So anyway, I was so upset. I won't miss that. Well, more kids.
I'm gonna tell you what I will miss, and that is Jared army crawling onto set just to pinch the inner thigh of Misha during a scene. There is not another set. There's not another set where that happens. Period.
Mercifully. It's
Say what you will. You don't get number one on the call sheet. Army crawling into the set. Just to physically harm actors that are on camera.
it is pretty sweet.
That's it. Like that'll never happen again.
We have
I'm not going to miss it.
we have this dinner with Mark Pedowitz, who's the president of the network, the CW, every year, and
God bless Mark.
he's a wonderful guy.
By the way, can we just give a round of applause for Mark? You guys probably don't. They don't even know who Mark is.
No, but he's been a great.
Because Mark is not somebody that is relevant to the show internationally.
Right. But the show wouldn't be getting made were it not for Mark, and he's been a great
Correct.
champion of the show all along. And we have these dinners every year in Vancouver with Mark, and he comes up and he brings casts of other new shows out to dinner with us, and he kind of says, try to do what these guys do. Try to create an environment where people are happy to go to work, where they have fun, where they show up, where they know their lines, where they occasionally hurt each other. And
Yeah, cut to Jared, myself, and Misha in the side of the restaurant going like,
true. And then the dinners
and then
sometimes devolve.
really? That?
But I think it's true. I think
We do get a lot of compliments.
I think over
in
the
those
years,
dinners, and it's yeah, that's freaking cool. We got those compliments at the upfronts in New York a couple of days ago, which was very. It's a nice pat on the back. I talked about this earlier in my panel that when you have people that are on your network or people that are new shows, new producers, new directors, coming up to you and going like, hey, thanks for laying groundwork. Thanks for setting an example. Thanks for being there. That makes me proud. That makes me proud that we're there. We're there. We do it. We show up. We show up to work. How hard is it to show up to work? Sometimes it's hard.
apparently there are a lot of actors that
Apparently they don't.
which I didn't realize was an option.
But like even today, I would have loved to have slept in. My clock is crazy right now. It would have been great to sleep in for like an extra 4 or 5 hours.
Until right around now.
But no. No, that's not what I'm doing. That's not why we're here.
I think there's also, I mean, on the set of Supernatural though, there's always been, you know, I showed up, I was a new kid on the block, and I showed up the beginning of season 4. But it was incredibly welcoming, incredibly warm, incredibly, I don't know, like, just, there were all of these efforts made to make, you know, new actors coming in feel welcome, and I think that's very rare. And it's
Well, to be honest, I was finally like, I'm not the short one.
Speaking of which, when we went to the upfronts, it was also really cool to see that like all of the new shows were there with all of the new casts, and they were all like, oh, you know, I grew up watching your show. And we are literally 20 years older than any of the new cast members on the new shows. And,
Well, some of us.
okay.
Hi, what's your question?
I wanted to ask if you could tell us about something that was scary to shoot, like the episode with the bugs.
I mean,
I don't get scared.
there was a recent episode. We had a scene that was awful to shoot, where they had that Ritter fan blasting sand into our faces when we were crawling out of purgatory.
Oh yeah, that sucked.
I recently saw a script. It was the episode where Cass and Sam are in that weird sort of 1950s milkshake town. You know the episode. It's called.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
It's called what? Anyone? That's right. And I saw Sam tackles Cass to the ground, and I was immediately terrified. And rightfully so. Do you know what happened?
No, I wasn't there.
So Sam tackles Cass to the ground, and then Sam is on top of Cass, and Cass is pinned to the ground.
Oh, I've seen the.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, that was.
There was one like 20-minute take where Jared is like on top of me, going. Yeah, you sexy bitch, you like it. And
Please, I was not there. Reenact it.
we're not going to reenact it. But I can tell you this.
Do y'all mind if I join? I don't want to.
I think that was
you
no.
sexy
That was a
bitch.
no. Do we have a third chair here, don't we?
Me too.
I just realized I'm like, there's my butt.
So, Nisha's usually the middle. So.
I'm just very slowly building up my lawsuit.
You don't need to build it slowly. I think you can build it pretty rapidly. in 4 hours.
So speaking of which, so our director was like, you know, while we were shooting that scene, he was like, this is hilarious. There's some great stuff here. I'm going to cut it together into some. He does the gag reels. And then I talked to him a month later, and he was like, yeah, I thought about it, and I decided not to delete the file. Because if anyone ever saw that, we'd all get fired. Which is so true.
I am certain, by the way, I had that role for weeks after. You're saying the episode where I was mounting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't fight very hard.
I learned that you're supposed to play dead in that situation.
You're a great
Your
role.
question? Yes.
You're a great role player. Because I was like, shut up, bitch. You're like, yeah, hit me. I'm like, not a lie.
You were saying?
Hi. Shut up, bitch.
How are you?
So I was wondering, before the show's done, if you guys were in charge of everything? What's one crazy episode or storyline you'd like to do together?
Sorry again?
If we were in charge of everything, what storyline would we like together? Correct?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Listen, I'm poaching on y'all's. I'm gonna back up.
Listen, I'm a guest here.
I mean, we've talked recently about ideas for storylines and like, you know, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid kind of finale. You guys mentioned an interest in having Castiel killed off episode 1 of season 15.
In all fairness, we said episode 1 of season 6 is what we said.
You have been saying that.
Really.
You want to tell your dream? No.
Wow! Whoa! This just got really romantic. I'm gonna say
Are you afraid you'll cry?
That dream.
Okay. To these people? Jared, what are you doing?
just tidying up. Don't look at me.
I think, long story short, it's a good thing we're not in charge of anything. Did you get it? That one photo will end any of your political prospects.
There's something. Hold this for me.
Y'all are fucked up.
Is it possible to time travel to the end of the panel? Thank you for your question.
Let's take a question right here. What's up? How you doing?
I'm gonna moderate.
Hi, sorry. I wanted to ask if you could set or film an episode of Supernatural anywhere outside North America, where would that be?
JIB10.
Roma.
Right here.
As a matter of
Yes.
fact,
Hi.
we are filming.
No, we're done.
Sorry, Jared, it's for Jason and Misha. Didn't Castiel have the...
Are you wearing a t-shirt that says Destiel is real? Just about it. Just checking.
Destiel is real. Is it?
You were saying?
Is it?
You were saying?
Where? Where?
No, where is it real?
Wait.
Nowhere.
In
Don't get in a
fanfic.
fight with people right now. What's your question?
Dean and Cass had the relationship at the end of the season. How do you think this will develop on season 15?
We had a relationship at the end of the season?
They had some fights and disagreements.
Okay. We were fighting? What are you getting at?
I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just asking.
I think that the relationship is going pretty well. Dean and Cass have some disputes from time to time. Dean doesn't like it when Cass stands in his doorway and watches him sleep.
Because he's naked.
Thank you, by the way. You were really kind of nasty to Cass. What? Yeah. You were really kind of a jerk. Like, I'm sorry that I'm sort of responsible, and now when I say I mean Cass, for killing your mom, but like, let it go, man. Move on.
I'm just an angry guy.
Well, thank you.
There are some things, sometimes, that I'm not willing to forgive.
I'll take that as an apology.
It's not.
Thank you for your insightful question.
And you're welcome for your insightful answer.
Hi.
Hi. My question.
My question is for Jim.
Actually, it's for all of you. I was wondering if the season finale of season 14 was altered or rewritten after the announcement that season 15 will be the final season. Or has it always been the original?
No, the ending of the show has not been written.
No, I mean the season finale
14.
from season 14.
Oh, no.
We read it a few times and made or had opinions. I don't want to say notes.
That was more 300.
Yeah.
But the episode was written primarily after Andrew knew that the show was ending. So that informed the final episode of season 14.
I was wondering. Alright, thank you.
We answered a question.
Hi guys.
Oh, hi.
Okay, not intimidating at all. So Jared, you were nice enough to answer this yesterday for me, but to reword it a little bit. So Jensen and Misha, both of you have directed episodes before, but for the three of you, do any of you plan on doing any behind-the-scenes work in the upcoming final season, whether it be directing, producing?
Is that innuendo? What do you mean behind the scenes?
Directing or producing, getting behind the camera rather than just acting.
I'm going to try to work in craft services a little bit.
making
There's
some
no way you could
sandwiches.
possibly work that many hours every
Well, you
day.
do have the cookbook copies.
There's no way you can work
It's
14
true.
hours a day, 5 days a week.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
You're directing the first episode that we shoot.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a little late.
I'm not going to know my lines.
Oh, so same.
I don't expect either of you to be on time or know your lines. Which is why I'm going to rely heavily on the cast outside of you that I get to choose. Which is one of the great things about being a director is the casting. However, my experience with casting has been a little rocky. How was yours?
What do you mean with like the casting process?
The casting process.
How so?
In the fact that so with every character on the show you see, there's a casting process that takes place, whether it be in Los Angeles, whether it be in Vancouver.
Uh-oh. The unicorn just got sad.
Sometimes the casting process is made easy when they just stand up and say hi.
You're good at wrangling animals. Danielle.
Yes.
You've had practice.
Face next to a unicorn screen? How do I end up with this?
Does anybody have a knife? No, don't kill the unicorn. That'll be too sad. Jensen, don't kill the unicorn. You killed the unicorn.
Oh, boo.
These are endangered species, Jensen.
God, I hope our children never see this.
I'll stop Facebook Living.
I got wet.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Daniela, who gave them squirt guns?
I think it's payback.
Isn't it nice being a successful television star? We've really made it, haven't we?
I will say Misha's the only one who didn't flinch.
Wow, did I?
Did we answer the question?
What was the question?
I don't know. Do we have a lifeline? Casting, you were saying that it's hard to cast because you have to deal with actors?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem with casting. Unless you're dealing with an animated situation like Supernatural, that's the way we should do it.
That was probably one of the best times we've had.
Well, it was definitely one of the best episodes of Supernatural because we were in it. Yeah, we isolated the variable just now. Okay. Okay. Should we take one last question?
I feel like this is. I feel like we need something here.
Depending on how long it's going to take to reply to answer the last question.
Yeah, let's go with the last question.
Give us a good question.
And then
a lot of pressure is on you right now.
It's actually a really good question.
Okay.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
fandom's been talking about starting a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter to be able to get Led Zeppelin put into the series finale. What song would you guys choose to be the final song for Led Zeppelin?
Stairway to Heaven?
Yours? I think, babe, I'm gonna leave you. Babe, I'm gonna leave you.
What about Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
It's raining men. Jensen's still thinking.
Guys, Jensen is in a coma.
Wicked Witch.
I have every Led Zeppelin album on vinyl. Every single one.
But you can't
And I think you're right. I think it's Rambo On.
We just need $3 million. Can you make that happen?
We're working on it.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's Rambo.
Can you give us half that? We'll just beg them.